hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up for you in just a moment or so, but before we begin, don't forget there's that subscribe button, and click that and you'll be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you'd like. And we're on Facebook, facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And if you'd like to, you can follow us there, and you can comment on things you see, even send us an inbox, and we'll get back to you. And we also accept email as well. It's paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And if you're a band or even a solo artist that wants to be on the show, go ahead and send us an email, and we'll show you how to do that. But we also love fan mail, so if you're just simply a fan of the show and want to send us an email, go ahead and do that as well, and we'll get back to you. And we're going to recap all of that for you at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Bethlehem, Pennsylvania today, we have Randie O'Neal. She's a very awesome artist, and I think you're going to agree. And we'll get to that interview in just a second, but first here's a quick word from Galtar, the guitar made specifically for women. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
Ready in 5.
Darling, when nothing else seems to match up. Galtar, the musical apparel that fits any outfit. Galtar, bringing heaven to earth, one gal at a time. GaltarHeaven.com.
Okay, we're back from commercial, and here it is, Randie O'Neal with us. She's from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Randie.
Oh, Paul, I really do appreciate it. I love being here, so thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Why don't we start with the obvious question? Exactly how did you get started in music? I mean, I'm sure you always wanted to be an artist since you were little, but maybe it goes deeper than that. Tell us a little bit about that.
I actually started playing guitar at a very early age, but my parents were alcoholics. So one day I came home and my guitars were gone. So I sat at a curb. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just kind of rocking. I couldn't even cry. And I said, you know what? I'm going to sing. They can't take away my voice. And from there, it kind of just went to, I have something to say, and it just became a way of therapy. And as I started my own counseling practice, I didn't want to be that downer. I wanted a message. I wanted hope. And that's kind of where things have been evolving.
Hmm. Well, that's a great story. I'm glad you chose music, and hopefully you'll have a long career ahead of you. So hopefully that'll work out. Well, tell everybody the artists that really inspired you to be the artist you are today. Were there any popular bands that really?
You know what? I was inspired by the female rockers because music is not an easy place for women. Not everyone is nice and polite like you are in the business. And I really appreciate the struggle and the fight that a lot of these females had, and they stayed in there and their determination. And I want to channel some of that with what I do. I really appreciate the Pat Benatars, the Joan Jetts, and even the Bonnie Raitt's of the world. It's such a class that they bring to music, and there's just such talent.
Yeah, exactly. And Bonnie Raitt, she was that you just mentioned. She's definitely a legend. I remember her. I mean, I don't know if she's still around or not, doing her music or not. But of course, Pat Benatar, as you mentioned, was another one that was great. I can definitely see that in your music too. So, well, tell everybody how we can find your music, because in a minute we're going to be watching a video, and people might want to download more of your music, and they might want to follow you on social media as well. Tell everybody about that.
I have very cleverly have an email, a website, platforms. Everything is randieoneal.com. You just have to spell Randie right. Randie with an I-E. If you spell Randie with a Y, you get a baseball player. So you might not want that. So Randie O'Neal on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, all of them, all the social media, iTunes. You can find me there.
Okay. well, everybody go to your favorite streaming site and go to your favorite social media platform and follow her and download her music. I know she would just love you for that. And we're going to be watching that music video in just a second. It's called "Don't Tell Mama." It sounds like a self-explanatory type of a song, but maybe there's more of a story behind that. Go ahead and tell us.
It's really not. Everyone has a secret that they didn't tell their mama. And when I was counseling one of my teens, it's really tough. She was from the Ukraine, but one day she was bawling and she was hysterical. And finally, I'm like, "What's the matter?" And she's like, "My mama caught me." That was her fear, and she was hysterical. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know that fear. I got you on this. I can help you through this." And that night I went home and I wrote this, and I'm like, everyone has that thing that they did that they pray their mama didn't find out about.
Yeah, it does sound self-explanatory, as I mentioned. But it is a great song, and we're going to be watching that, of course, as I said, in just a second. But before we begin the song, I just want to thank you, Randie, for coming on the show. Anytime you want to come back and plug something new, go ahead and let us know, and we'll have you back on again.
Oh, thanks a lot. I do have some new stuff coming up, so I'm going to hold you to it, Paul.
Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, here's "Don't Tell Mama" by Randie O'Neal, and it begins right now.